Hey guys, so it's me, your boy, uh, Ultra Souls, or Red Yoshi, or, whatever you prefer. It don't really matter. So, I recently saw Save Your Lights video on this, but if you didn't know, Toylogic, the Happy Wars guys, recently posted a new video. Now he reacted to it. I'm gonna be going a little bit more in depth with it, kind of like analyzing it, I suppose. Um, it's unfortunate there's no captions, but we'll look at pictures. So, without any further ado, let's begin. Sorry it's slow. So, from what we're seeing, we got this little character, the goofy ass hat on. Whatever this thing is, it kind of looks like a crossbow almost. Yeah, that's got to be like concept art for a crossbow. This is, if I had to guess, this is like a mage. This is a warrior. There's another warrior up here. There's another one right here. Now these little things right here is what I wanted to look at, because you got these two images, probably the very first iterations of Happy Wars characters. A light soldier and a dark soldier. Now, if you'll notice with the dark soldier, there is no blood on these, and these ones aren't blue. They're both just gray. Everything else seems to be just about the same, though. That one's a girl because it's got the breastplates on the front. Which, god damn it. Fuck. And here's an early version of I guess I call him Jack because that's what he's called in game. And here's like an early version of the club weapon that a cleric uses. And a shield that likely turned into the homemade shield because, it looks stitched together. And from what I see from these images right here, either this was originally going to be a mouth, or there were going to be male and female versions of both types of facial features, which, I mean, that's alright, I guess. So let's get going. And I should point out that I've already watched this video, by the way, but anyways, so these seem to be early versions of, what's that, like the Archbishop's hat? I think that's what that one's called. I could be wrong though. And one of the armored cleric cloaks. It's not the super premium version. And also a girl down here. What appears to be an early version of the heart mace. And that appears to be an early version of the tundra hammer. And the corresponding ones, like the tundra hammer or the wedgie hammer, or the hammers that look like that, which that looks sick. That's also an axe, which isn't really a cleric thing, so I can see why they took it out. Ooh. So from the way it looks, the headphones used to be bigger. I've never even seen this mask. Maybe it's like an old mask that never got put into the game, or maybe it was earlier in the game, a hairstyle that never got added, because let's be honest, it just makes you look like a fucking soccer ball. The Aztec King mask, which looks like it would have originally been on a warrior. The football helmet. The football helmet up top. Most of these look pretty much the same. The one with the bat here, although with this one, the bat on the light helmet I believe is purple, and the one on the dark one is gold instead of this one. I don't think anything's changed. I think there's different things in the top of this one the illusionist hat. This one there's nothing changed, and for the 7.1 CH headphones, it appears the headphones were originally much bigger, but nothing else about them has really changed. And this appears to be like some concept art for a warrior. He looks like a little scrawny ass warrior. Ooh, well, Happy Dungeons shows up. I'll speed it up a little, but I will stop it at any given opportunity. I don't know what that is. It kind of looks like a mage or a wizard or something. And that right there, let's rewind. That looks like a tank with a castle on top of it. There's also a catapult and a guy with the iron helmet from Happy Wars down here, suggesting that maybe at one point we would have had catapults. Also, this thing, this guy right here, he is stunning. It looks like a very advanced version of the warrior, even with that little shield bash move he did. Let's get a rewind on that. Sorry. Check him out. Shield bash. Okay, I'm not really going to pause on any of that.
Toylogic という会社です。本当に開発技術力、一人一人のスタッフの開発スキルはもちろんなんで、技術力、一人一人のスタッフの開発スキルはもちろんなんですけど、力一人一人のスタッフの。I'm
trying to see. That looks like an old concept for like Happy Wars or something, like an adventure game. A dude with a giant shield and an oversized sword. There's a castle right there, and trees on either side that looks like you're heading towards a rainbow, or that looks like you're heading towards a castle in the valley and rainbow. So that is interesting, as well as a shield up here. There's a little castle bit right there that you can't really make out. It looks like there's a big ass face right here, and it looks like there's a little statue of a castle guard right here. So this is probably early concept art for Happy Wars.
開発スキルはもちろんなんですけれども、総合的なですね、そのゲームを開発するための力が企画力、プログラムするからそのデザインのアートワークセンスであったりとか、技術っていったところが本当国内で。
I want to make something clear. I don't want to skip over anything just in case I miss something. So just get used to it, please. But you guys can skip it at any point in the video if you want.
特にですね、オンラインアクションゲームとか、あと
That's pretty normal. I'm kind of disregarding all that because that's like normal footage. This is old footage. You can tell because of the lighting and also the mage's hat right here looks silly as shit. This is also old footage because this has Twilight never actually had a gray sky. In the first version it was purple, and now it's just like black. This seems old too. The main reason I'm saying that is that shit. Trying to pause on that right there. That little headband right there. Like I should state that I'm gonna be overanalyzing this the entire video. I thought that was a weird helmet for a second that we never got with like the two eyeball stalks. But no. But if you'll notice, the mage's heavy hat has a yellow band. I believe the Mage's Heavy Hat on the Dark Team has still a purple band. I could be wrong, though. I could be very wrong. So, I'm sorry if I am, but let's continue. And I've already talked about that, so there's nothing new. Now this is the thing that people are freaking out over. This motherfucker with like the gun, and this guy with like the little skull here, the MED, so maybe this guy's like a medic. The whole soldier get up. This especially, which says fuck him something. This guy looks fierce as hell, I'm gonna be honest. He looks like he'd kick my ass in a minute, even with my best gear. And the zombies especially, that's like way bloody for even Happy War standards. These alien guys with the ray blasters, this is especially what I wanted to focus on, because that guy's dead, he's all bloody. There's zombies everywhere. It's in the middle of the fucking Iraqi Syria. It's in the middle of Syria, I think, or something along those lines. I don't know. There's green alien blood. This guy's in a tank. It seems to not really matter what color your helmet is. And that guy dies very bloody. These are just anime girls, I'm not really focusing on them. Now this looks like early concept art for Happy Dungeons, because of the little characters, you know, that thing. Now I want you guys to pay attention very closely to the one in the middle right now. Just watch. That motherfucker gets his ass beat. There's also some aliens over to the left side, the left middle. And that guy, let's rewind that a little bit. Slow it down. Watch the top. Watch the top middle. This girl's just trying to reload, and oh, she's dead. Very graphic too. Oh, that's something I didn't even notice. Look, that guy gets his like shit pushed in. Some point I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try and translate this, and I will update I'll post an update video with my findings. But this is like, we're only a minute and 15 seconds into the video. I don't want to skip anything because I don't want to miss anything. The other shit looks pretty normal, just Happy Wars in some racing game that nobody cares about. I don't really understand why they're putting English subtitles if they don't put any English subtitles for anything. Also, I want to take a look at this. This seems to be an early version of Coral. I was trying to think of the name for a second. Don't judge me. Savior called it Deep Sea, but I wouldn't really call it that because it's more, the color scheme's more coral. But as you can tell, there's a big ass ship over here. The castle's there's a big ass ship. The castle's way on the right, with still that staircase that leads down, the coral staircase. There's an anchor. Seems like these guys have like diving helmets on or something, or like airlines or something. would be very interesting concept. Maybe at some point you had to like get air from bubbles or something, or you would drown. That's a very interesting stage design concept.
の叩きというか。
Ooh, that is like really cool. It's got like, this is supposed to be like desert or zodiac. But I'm thinking desert. It's got all these like sand falling off the edge and the antlion pit. And like what seems to be like a little haven oasis somewhere, and some old sand ruins. So it looks, there's even like a little hut up there. So kind of we know what Happy Wars houses were supposed to look like now.
骨子を、ディレク
And that is fucking cool as hell. The concept art for Twilight is
ター
so
と一緒に
metal.
もしくは企画
Bird God. What I'd like us to look at here is the trees in the back and what looks to be a city. Maybe there was supposed to be much more to the Happy Wars lore than we thought. I mean, there already is probably a lot that we just have not looked into. But I'd like to mention the Baobab Trees. I honestly think those are sick. I mean, we got a version of them in Happy Wars, but they are like nowhere near these.
をしてる人
And it also looks like the ruins were much more overgrown than they are. Like maybe you just couldn't use the bird cannon.
作り上げ
Here's Rainbow
ていくっていう
with what looks like part of a tower on it. Maybe it was supposed to be much bigger than it actually is.
仕事です
And maybe it was supposed to be like have a lot more elevation than it did. Because there's like, now the one thing I want us to look at the most is that thing, the tower in the background. I want us to look at the tower in the background. Sorry for the fluctuating audio mic volume, but I keep moving it towards and away from my face, so I'm picking it up, so but what I want us to look at is that tower in the background, because that almost looks like Beloth rather than Ragon. Like if I could kind of just freeze frame it a little, that's not Ragon. That in no way resembles a dragon. So maybe Beloth was originally supposed to be the light one, and Ragon was supposed to be the dark. Or maybe Beloth was supposed to be the light one, and they had a different one entirely for the dark. But there's no way in hell that's Ragon.
キャラ
This is some Happy Dungeon stuff, and I'm not really looking at the Happy Dungeon stuff too
クタ
much.
ーであったり
I never
背
played the
景
game
であった
really.
り
Though I would like to mention, considering the amount of Happy Dungeon stuff they brought up, there's a possibility of it coming back.
その世界の
I
中に
wouldn't.
転がってる
I would not give it like 100% chance. Oh, cool. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I kind of like that. Maybe this wasn't like originally. Maybe Coral wasn't originally supposed to be like underwater, because it kind of looks like it's a seaside beach, or maybe it was, and the perspective's just really weird. But apparently there was supposed to be like a big shipwreck in the middle before they put a tower there. Maybe there was supposed to be more than one tower. Who knows? If I had to guess, there was probably going to be would probably be one or three towers, and there would definitely be those spike-tail fish guys in the middle. So let's continue.
そのゴミ一つ取ってみても全て
Oof. That looks really interesting, because it provides some first looks. You have the Steve in the background. Like, there's no way that's not Steve from Minecraft. That is Steve from Minecraft. That's just like an upside down Steve from Minecraft. You cannot convince me otherwise. Those blockheads. The down and the up arrows, I'm not sure what the up arrows mean. Is that like two rivers or one river or like a path or it's something. Maybe it's supposed to be like wind. But the spider net kind of makes or the spider web kind of makes sense because, you know, whenever you land on one of the landing platforms, it's a spider web. No matter what stage you're on, it's always a spider web. A little quick tangent, but something that always confused me in Ketchup Avenue, when you landed on that like web with the rose bushes, how's that not tear your character up? I mean, like, they're wearing armor, but that's still, you're still landing on all those thorns. That would hurt. But tangent over, let's keep going.
デザインを起こさなきゃいけばいけないっていうことですかね。
Oh shit, wait, I missed something. So I don't think we ever got those twisty ass trees with the fruit on them. I think the baobabs had the fruit. But let's continue.
デザインを起こさなきゃいけばいけないっていうことですかね。
アートデザイナーの方
I thought that was pyro for a second, but no, it just
が
kind of looks
描い
like,
てくださった
yeah, that's a really stupid ass mage.
アートをもとに 3D でキャラクターを作るお仕事
I thought that was like Arnold from Hey Arnold in the background. No, it's just some random Japanese characters.
立体で
These look like
Character-
anime characters almost.
造形していた後
Let's see
に
if they get colored in. Okay, they do. So that looks like a mage to the left, a warrior to the middle, and a cleric to the right.
て動かせる準備をする
It's
っていう
kind
よ
of odd
う
looking.
な
It's
業務
like
内
really
容して
strange.
そういったキャラクターが動き始めて自分で動かせてそれにリアクションがあってっていうところまで出来上がってくるとやっぱり作っててよかったなというようなやりがいを感じます。
ゲームで動いているものの
Motion design's the one that's got me interested. Look, it's like a dash and then shield bash.
プレイヤーのコントローラーでの入力に対してどう動くか、どう気持ちよく動くかっていうところをプログラマーの企画と、一丸となって、作り上げる仕事になっております。これ実際に自分で動いてモーション作
No,
成
wait,
するということがすごい
it's effect design that's got me the most interested.
伝わるんだとか
This part can just kind of be disregarded, honestly. They're just kind of like doing motions.
リアルな動きというよりも感じれる動き
Unless we get an update about
主に制
things
作をしております
soon.
企画段階にものすごく荒い
Background design? Okay,
っていうの
hold
は
on,
レベル
let's go back.
制作をしております。
企画段
Background design. Let's get a good shot on that. Can't. Oh, that's part of a castle. That's part of like one of the castles. Tell, 'cause the little slits in the wall and the
ものすご
things,
く荒いモデルってい
the
うのは
little things up
Level
top
design
that
っていうのがあ
archers
るんです
would
けど
use to hide.
その状
I
態
don't
から
remember what they're called,
え
but shut up. Okay, so some things to note are the blurred image on one of his screens. They're hiding something intentionally because that's edited. I can tell that it's edited because it's not. They didn't do a very good job at editing it. The blur kind of bled over onto the sides a little. But these absolute geniuses forgot to blur the other one. That is a volcano. That's a volcano level. That's a volcano level we never got. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a volcano level we haven't seen yet. Let's keep going.
企画さんと
See if we can
話
find
し合って
anything else.
どういう意識
This just kind of looks like they're drawing some concept
念
art.
頭に置いて、作っています自分の、
Now, this is like Savior Light said. This is like really neat. Something I also want to mention is the UI having. I apologize. But the UI having the D-pad. Now, as everyone knows, the D-pad in Happy Wars doesn't fucking do anything. Because, you know, why would it? It's pretty useless. It's not like you'd be able to switch skills easy using the D-pad. But something to note is also that by this point in Rainbow, you would not have wasted 5 minutes. Especially considering each team has only built one tower and is moving on to their second. You would not have wasted 5 minutes. I'm sorry, 5.5 minutes. In the original Happy Wars, each stage would get 15 minutes. And even up until recently, until the last like major update, they all got like 15 minutes, I believe. I think I watched a video from like 3 years ago where there was like 12 minutes left on the clock in Zodiac when they finished the round. But that's not important. That's stuff that's already happened. But like Savior Light said, this is like a really neat view. It's a view that you don't get to see often. So, you know, I'm hyped. They've got me
理想
hyped.
として思い描いたものをそのままコンピューターの中に実現するという、そこが一番の魅力でしょう。
This isn't really. Hold on.
コンピューターの中
Let
に
me
実現
see
する
if I can get a better view and see if there's anything to note. Not really. As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything really big here. The timer's been set back to 15 minutes, so maybe this is much later in development. Nothing really seems to be off as far as I can tell. The UI looks a little bit weird, or the HUD, where the health bar part of the HUD looks a little odd, but otherwise it doesn't really seem to be anything strange, if I'm being honest.
特殊効果
Effect design is where we need to really be looking.
炎が燃え上がって雷がビーッと落ちたりとかの自然表現を
That's a cool ass tornado, by the way.
時もありますしキャラクター
Now this is what I need you all to look at. The tower setup, the skills menu, and the fighting characters, and especially something that you guys need to look at is, give me a second, because you will want to notice this. Okay, watch how this character flies. Watch how the character flies. I'll do it once in slow-mo, once in normal speed. I'll do it once in slow-mo and a couple times in normal speed. Watch how he
必
flies.
殺技の時とか画面
Seem familiar? One more time.
キャラクターの必殺技の時とか画面全
Seem familiar? Also, make note of the mini-map, which has a red castle and a blue castle, and the HUD also seems to have a skill menu, and also see and on the skill menu you should also be able to notice buttons that are directly pulled from Happy Wars, the LB and the RB. The timer setup and the tower setup, there's no way that it's not like a part of it. Let's continue.
体に効果が
And a meteor storm
及ぶものを作る時も
and the
あります
kill feed.
ゲーム
That's
の
definitely
左右
Happy
する
Wars.
大事な
Like
ものだと
that's like HD Happy Wars. Like, I'm just being honest.
UI デザイナーのお仕事というのは
UI
画面の
design we
中
can
の
kind of
例え
disregard.
ば体力バーで
This
あっ
is
たり
UIs that we've
ミニ
already
マップ
seen.
マップ
That right there, the right monitor, that looks like desert, if I'm being honest. And that's part of that new, like, looking Happy Wars game, and it's still got the floating islands. That kind of looks like a desert or rainbow. This is just old Happy Wars. Although, there's something I would like to note
体力バーであったりとか
here.
ミニマップマップであったりとかゲーム
There's something I'd like to note. I don't think that level bar was seen. I could be very wrong because I didn't play Happy Wars when it first came out. But I know for a fact that little wing flail there, that was not black. It's like golden. And that little doll, I think, has different colors.
中の
And the AKB-47, that's not an item.
ヒットポイントバーだ
The
ったりとかミニマップ
the
マ
next
ップ
thing
で
I
あっ
want
た
to
りと
note
かゲーム
is
中のヒット
this little Indian. Ah, shit. Sorry.
バーであったりとかミニマップ
We're gonna have to slow down again. Sorry, folks. I know this video is super long already, but just give me a second.
マップであったりとかゲーム中の
What I'd like to make a note of is this little Indian headdress right here. I don't think this is a real thing. This is an item that was probably scrapped in mid-development, either for fear of looking kind of racist, or just because it was kind of an unnecessary item. Because I've never seen that.
ポイントバーだ
Looks like that helmet was. Looks like the warrior's helmet was much more common back then. And looks like the frozen buffs were orange instead of yellow, and the non-frozen ones just kind of look like, or the bad buffs just kind of look like, I guess, either like, those are probably magenta, I think. I'm not sure, but they were a different color.
ったりとかスキルバーとかスキル
Something I would like to make a note of is this. It looks like the gentleman's or the fancy whatever mage thing originally could have been for any class, I guess. And it would have given no actual advantage. Also, it looks like the warrior originally had like 300 armor at least, or at least had way more than he currently does. He, she, whatever. I just called it he. Like I said, it looks like some of these items were much easier to obtain. And something else worth mentioning is the much more basic menu. The lack of the stupid steam pipe on the side of the castle, and no logo on the castle shield. Also, the lack of being able to see a character, or not a character, a big tower on the front, which leads me to the belief that maybe the big tower, destroying the big tower, might not have ever been the goal. Seems like there was an Xbox Live button. I don't know. These are some old ass builds. Sorry, the video's still slow. I'm gonna have to go back through and translate whatever that question was.
ゲームを開発するために必要なものっていうものを作る作業をしてます。社内でできるだけ開発環境を作ろうという形で、今現在、有名である、アンリアルエンジンであったり Unity っていう、ツールがあるんですけども、それと対抗するようなものを社内でも作ってます。なので、市販のツールに、依存しない形で、独自の進化っていうのが行われています。
私がですね、会社を経営する
system development. Check that tower out, though. That right there, that's a tower. Like the Art of Horizon Zero. Oh, that's a game that already exists. Okay. But check out that tower there. That's a tower. Did you see that? Did you guys see that tower on the PC? I don't think. I'm gonna rewind it, and I'll let you guys get a good look at it. At the tower. That is like, that's a light beam tower.
スタッフ一人一人の人生を大切にしなければいけないっていうことです。一人一人がやりたいこと、一人一人のその人生。
This just looks like they're eating pizza and playing card games. Although I gotta say, whatever's on that pizza looks like dog shit. Maybe it's like spinach or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the Japanese eat. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's got like nothing to do with anything. Because that's just kind of stupid.
ゲーム作りって本当に面白い仕事ですので、ぜひ
some of this stuff I'm not looking too deep into because there's simply just not enough anything. Yo, Yoichi, I'm gonna get that tooth checked out by a dentist, my guy. It's kind of gray.
人生を送れたらと思いますので、ぜひ
This might be the end of the video, though I'm going to rewind because I thought I saw something. Seems like there's something in the background there. That looks like something to do with desert and Happy Wars, like, because there's a spire, but there's also some antlion pits. Look at that PC in the background. That's something to do with Happy Wars.
お会いできたらと思います。
Okay, now it just kind of looks like they're goofing off. Watching these very last few seconds just to see if I can catch anything. Nope. Well, thank you all for sitting through that video with me. I know it's been a long ass video. Yeah, I've been recording for 36 minutes. So my closing thoughts and kind of ideas here are that Toylogic has some stuff in store. They've got some stuff planned. They've got something going, because there's no way that like HD looking ass game was not like based on Happy Wars. Something else I wanted to note is the volcano, which that was certainly a strange sight, I suppose. The volcano really didn't, that's the best I can describe it as, a volcano, and especially the blurred PC. They didn't want us to see whatever was on there, which means that they're either A, planning something, or B, don't want us to get our hopes up. But I think they're planning something, because if they didn't, then, you know, maybe it's a new stage they have planned. Maybe. Just maybe. But that is saved for the future. I have been Red Yoshi, or Alter Souls, whatever you prefer. It's really up to you. And I am out. Goodbye, everybody.